Welcome back to Opinion Journal. I'm Mary Kissel. President Obama said he was only giving limited sanctions relief to Iran in exchange for that nuclear deal. Is that really what he gave the mullahs? I've got Assistant Books Editor Sohrab Ahmari joining me now. Sohrab, if it's so limited, why are all of these companies rushing in to do business there?
That's exactly right, Mary. If you remember, in the lead up to the Geneva Agreement, and since then, the White House has kept saying these sanction relief provided to the mullahs will be limited, targeted, reversible. And we had David Cohen, the Treasury's top sanctions enforcer, writing in the journal that that the economic benefit to the mullahs will be insignificant. But from what we've been able to tell in the 2 months since the Geneva Agreement, that's not been the case. Certainly not how the mullahs see it, and certainly not how all these European businesses who are rushing with trade delegations and new export deals and exploring opportunities to revive their relationship with an old trading partner.
So what kind of business are they trying to do there? Autos, oil and gas, what is it?
Honestly, nearly every major industry. Iran has struck deals with a Belgian fertilizer company, so agriculture and chemical. You have a French trade delegation that includes the automaker Citroën and financial sector, Société Générale, and all these other top French businesses heading there to explore opportunities. And the Iranian oil minister has had meetings with the heads of some of the top European energy companies, including Shell, Eni, and OMV.
So are you implying that the sanctions relief that Iran is getting is much more than the president said that they were going to get?
Yeah, I think what you have here is a situation where the president said, if you like your sanctions, you can keep them. And it's turned out not to be the case. Certainly not the way Europeans see it. The total economic benefit has been much more than just the numerical value that the deal attached to it, because there's been a psychological shift. Businesses in Europe are seeing an opening and they're rushing in, and it's hard to roll that back once that psychological shift.
Okay, but you're not saying that they're doing anything illegal here, right? So they're just going by what was set out in that deal that Obama struck.
Exactly right. Right now, and you remember the David Cohen op-ed again in our pages, there was a warning to European businesses thinking about opening up trade, saying we will still enforce current sanctions very harshly. But what a lot of these, what's happened is, though, that under even the limited sanctions relief, there's been a great deal of opening. For example, the European Union on January 20th removed a restriction on reinsuring shipments of Iranian crude that had been in effect since July 2012, and that had cut down Iranian exports of crude by 50%. And now that that's away, at least in terms of Iran's current trading partners that receive Iranian oil, they will now be able to insure it, and Iran will be able to ship a lot more oil than it had
Sohrab,
before.
about 30 seconds left. You have extensive contacts inside and outside of Iran. What are opposition leaders telling you about this deal, about how they feel seeing all this business coming in that ultimately supports the regime? I
think a lot of average Iranians, speaking to my own family and their friends, their sense is that the Iranian regime will be able to make money and that European businesses will be able to make money off their backs, but that the benefits, because the Iranian regime is autocratic and opaque and corrupt, won't even roll down to your average Iranian. And that's what really, I think, is an opportunity for Republicans to try to connect sanctions with the Iranian people's sort of demands for greater democracy, transparency, and fairness in the economic system there.
Not just Republicans, all politicians, you would think.
Yeah.
Assistant Books Editor Sohrab Ahmari, thanks so much for joining us.
Thanks for having us.